Alright, today, YouTube, internet, video games. Not video games, yes video games. Videos. Today, Bread Bowl, episode number 14. To give you guys a quick summary of the last 2 days on this channel in Bread Bowl. First, we started off with gluten-free Bread Bowl on Friday. And we talked about currency. You know, currencies in different countries. And the fact that memes are currency. Then, yesterday, talked about my birthday and how I feel about being 20. And how it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. And also how Le Meme Andre is officially going by the name Lenore Andre. Legally and all that shit. So, today, on Bread Bowl. I don't know what I'm doing. Listen, I've been recording for 20 minutes. And I've been up. I basically got 3 hours of sleep. So, we're going through this. We're going through it, boys. Yeah, basically what happened. I didn't go to sleep until 5:30 in the morning. I woke up at 9:30 to work. I worked until 1. Because I work part-time. Doing a meeting about stuff and working on things. You know, so probably go full-time at some point, but we have to get there. Company. Small company. So, you know how that all works. But, working part-time, so I work 3 hours. I do other work at home. So I got about 12 hours in this week. Either way, the thing is, I have had 3 hours of sleep in that time. So, 3 hours of sleep in the last 24 hours is pretty good. So, things are getting wild. But what happened is today we're talking about my favorite videos to make. And my favorite videos to make all time, YouTube. Because I've done a lot. Obviously, we talk about this all the time. Started with Beyblade, did stuff about cars. Then we did video games. Now we're doing more, still kind of video game related with Overwatch League. We're doing Overwatch League analysis. Or just say Overwatch esports analysis. Because we do Overwatch League and World Cup. I will say Overwatch League. We do Overwatch League analysis, K-pop videos, and these videos are just talk about random things. And honestly, my favorite time is like the time that we're in right now. This is the best time for videos. I liked making videos talking about things since 2015. Like, that was when I started. Because what happened, it was 14 and 15, basically, the timeline on my YouTube channel. I started with Beyblades, and then did that for all of 2012 and part of 2013, most of 2013. So say 2012, 2013. 2014, I got into cars and did stuff talking about different car things. We had remote control cars. We talked about a lot of different stuff with NASCAR, the cars specifically, the diecast, and then we did things with that. And then we had the 2015, summer 2015, I started doing live streams, video games. So we did half of 2015, all of 2016, all of 2017 of gaming. And then it was about May. It was starting in January 2018, but really about May 2018 we sort of stopped doing a lot of gaming. That was the first time that I missed uploads for like multiple days in like a long time. And then we got to the point where I almost stopped doing YouTube, but if Overwatch League wasn't a thing and I wasn't doing analysis of Overwatch League, I definitely would have stopped. I just wasn't feeling it. And then what happened was in the summer, when Overwatch League was just about over, it was the first time I bought a K-pop album. Because I started getting into K-pop in about February. It was January, February last year. Because the thing was, I got into Korea in about summer 2017. So it was about 6 months I started listening to K-pop. I listened to a couple different songs, and then I really got into it. And then it was in about the summer that I really started, like, buying the albums. Because I liked the songs. And what honestly happened was I bought a shirt. And the thing said you get an album. I'm like, oh, I should look into albums. And then I realized there's a whole, like, multiple stores you can buy albums. And Amazon. So then I bought Twice album. And then it ended up being a whole collection of things from, like, everything. So that's what it was saved YouTube was the mix of Overwatch League and K-pop albums. Because we started reviewing that. We did the Summer Nights album. We did that one. See, I keep wanting to call the albums the title song, not what it's actually. It's Summer Nights, Summer Magic. I was going to call it Power Up and Dance the Night Away. Yeah, so we did that. We had the Summer Nights Twice album and the Summer Magic Red Velvet album. And that was kind of what saved the channel. We had reviewed Summer Nights. Oh, I also got the Twice light stick and the Red Velvet light stick. And then we had Summer Magic album, and then we kind of went from there. But on Twice Red Velvet things, and soon end up with a whole collection of albums and books from multiple groups. But that's honestly what saved the channel. And my favorite thing is just honestly this type of video, whatever the topic is. Bread Bowl, that's why we do Bread Bowl and gluten-free Bread Bowl. So I added it. I think that it's just cool to stand here, talk about things, no matter what it is. I mean, look at, I got so many topics here for Bread Bowl coming up. There's a lot of stuff that I'm very excited to take a look at in season 2. So I hope you guys stick around. I'm very interested in that series. We got a lot of cool things coming up, including 2 special episodes that we're going to take a look at later in March and April. Also doing potentially one for a special work episode. It will be for the weekend, but it'll be something sort of showing some of the stuff that I do working. Sort of help promote the company at the same time, and also get more content for this channel. So that's the thing I like to do. So, Bread Bowl, really been fun. And then Overwatch League, just doing the analysis of Overwatch League. I've always sort of been interested in doing sports analysis and announcing stuff like that. I've always thought that's been interesting for years. I know years ago when I was really little, I really liked the stuff for the NASCAR announcing. I thought that would always been cool to do announcing for the races like that. And I used to watch, I still watch them all the time. But, when I was little, I used to play with the cars on my table, and I just used to, do the whole race announcing those. So I really was interested in that. And then, always for sports, I always like to do analysis of my opinion, different things like that. Football as well. Since I've really gotten into football in the past 4 years, really, sort of one sort of understanding it. Because, no, I'd say more than 4. I'd say 6 now, 6 or 7. Probably 2012, 2011, 12, I sort of was old enough to understand. Because before that, I was really little. Before I was once I got 11, I started understanding more. But, so honestly, I don't even remember the Jets being in the playoffs. So, I remember a little bit. I remember they were in 2009, 2010, but I don't really remember 10 years ago they were in the playoffs. So, yeah. But either way, I always thought sports analysis was cool. The reason I don't do sports that aren't Overwatch League is just because there's so many things for football. And football I'm super invested in. It'd be really hard for me to not have unbiased opinions, which I know we do have a little bit in Overwatch League. But again, I think this thing with sports, you always have the biased opinion. There's no way to be 100% unbiased in news reporting, sports reporting. There's no way. People say, "Oh, we're unbiased," but there's a way that you just have your bias towards certain things, and I know that by doing Overwatch League, doing our analysis. I give the all Korean rosters a very high rating compared to other teams. If you watch the first season, New York Excelsior, London Spitfire, Seoul Dynasty got super high ratings. And if you watch this season, those same teams, New York Excelsior, Seoul Dynasty, London Spitfire, and this year, Vancouver Titans, will all get very high ratings throughout the season. And it's just something that I do naturally. I'm not purposely just saying, all right, these teams are the top 4 all the time. But it just happens. There's no way I'm just going to be oh, they're not that good. It's just so hard. And I know this thing for other sports as well. But I really like doing analysis of sports. That's why I like doing the Overwatch League. Things you get to analyze all the games, break down different things that happened, and, rank teams, say, oh, Seoul Dynasty is the best team this week, or New York Excelsior is the best team this week. give the opinion on something like that is always very, very fun. And then, again, the K-pop albums, I've always liked music. I don't think a lot of people like music. It's just like, I don't know. I was going to do a series before talking about different music that I liked. I announced it last week on Twitter. I said, hey, we're doing the series, but I sort of backed out of doing that just because I didn't really feel like it was a series that I would actually have an interest in doing for a long period of time. So I'm going to launch it. But I feel like it's sort of cool to do that. I always, again, liked reviewing things as well. I've always liked sports analysis. That's one I've always liked to do. As I said, back in like 2006, 2007. Sort of liking that. But, I always like to do analysis of things on channels, like product analysis. We did that, breaking down, talking about stuff. We did that back years ago with Beyblades, and we did it with die-cast cars, and now we're doing it with K-pop albums. So it would have been like the evolution. But I think the thing is, something that I have such an interest in, from a country that I have such an interest in, it's just very, very cool to, say, oh, look at this, the top one I saved there is Cherry Bullet. So look at this Cherry Bullet album. And, hold it up and look at all the pictures in it. Or, the Twice albums that we did. We did every single Twice album that they've released. Every Korean release. We didn't do the Japanese release. They're too expensive. But every Korean release of a Twice album we've looked at. And we did the last 3 Red Velvet albums. We did the Perfect Red Velvet, I think that was called. Perfect Red Velvet, Summer Magic, and then Real Bad Boy. Really Bad Boy, whatever it's called. So that's the thing. I think that just doing analysis of these albums is just really fun. We can look at all the pictures in it and, just be like, oh, this is cool. I like what they're doing in this setting. So I think it's really cool. I honestly buy the albums, look at them once. I should go back through and look at them again. It's just something that I don't like. Sit down and look at every picture of the book. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so that's the thing. Where we're at right now on YouTube, I'm very, very happy with this state. And, doing occasional live streams of updates of games. Earlier in the week, we did NASCAR Heat 3. Back in end of January, we did Overwatch. Year of the Pig. Year of the Pig. I was going to say dog, but that was last year. Year of the Pig, we did that video getting ready for the Lunar New Year. So, a couple occasional streams of games that is fun. And then we also have JYP Superstar, where we play that on the phone. Those are never ones that I ever talk in because I can't. But, I play the songs from Twice, typically. Occasional other ones. Then we're doing Superstar SM Town. We just got into that one. Just because I want to play Red Velvet songs on the channel. Not that I really put much time into Superstar SM Town, but that's not what we're here to talk about. By the way, we do JYP Superstar. That's really fun to do. Or is it Superstar JYP? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Those songs, that game's fun to play. I hope everybody enjoys this video as well. So yeah. And on the note of these things that we're talking about, for videos, we can give you a quick rundown of what's coming to the channel. Things that I talked about previously, but are still on the way. So first, video-wise, coming out starting on the 18th, on Monday, our Overwatch League Power Rank video start. We have Stage 1, Week 1, 2019 season, which we'll take a look at. Super excited to get back into doing that. That's going to be very, very fun. Also, another update. Game, again, we don't talk about. We never talk about doing JYP Superstar here. But I'm sure that in a couple days, the ITZY song, their first one, Dala Dala, will be on there. And we'll definitely be playing that the second that it's available. And upload that video. So I'm very excited about that. So coming up, album-wise, we have 2 albums coming. The ITZY album was not a physical release. It was only a digital release. I was kind of disappointed. I couldn't buy an album of that. But we're going to buy the Blackpink Square Up album from last year. Getting into Blackpink this year, I really have started following more of their stuff. So Blackpink, we're going to get that album. Look at that. The first Blackpink album, because we got the Jennie one, her solo album, but we didn't get the Blackpink one. And then we get the Luna XX album, which is just the relaunch of Plus Plus. The re-release with a couple more songs. Or a bunch more songs, I don't know. But we're getting that. We should have that. in a couple weeks. Also coming in a couple weeks is the Twice Yes or Yes and Year of Yes monograph. They're not out yet either. The Luna album and the two monographs are coming out. I believe the Twice one's either the 19th, and I think the Luna album's the 20th. So this should be here by the end of March. End of February. And then, whenever the things that I bought, Korean snack boxes that I bought 3 of them. It was a birthday one. I was hoping to have it before my birthday to do that, but obviously it's not going to happen. We got a pink box, which is for Valentine's Day, which I was hoping to have around Valentine's Day, but that's not going to happen. And then there's also a chicken box, which isn't actually chicken, it's chicken flavored things, but still. That one doesn't really matter when it comes, but still. Looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit. I think the thing said the shipping was delayed because of the Lunar New Year. Because everything shuts down for Lunar New Year. It says in Korea all the post stuff, so to shut down. Because they had 3 days, they celebrate for 3 days. Day before, day after, and the day of. I don't know if it shut down for all 3 days, or for just one. Just Lunar New Year Day. But if it was 3 days, a lot of the stuff got backed up. So we should get that probably by the end of February. Not get it by sometime in March. Other albums, though, that are not announced or anything, like officially. Blackpink is going to have their new comeback album sometime in March. And I'm assuming that Twice probably will have something in March. If not March, definitely April, so we have those. I don't know about Red Velvet. I feel like they'll probably do something in... It'll take a little bit more time because they're doing their tour right now. But again, Blackpink's doing a tour and they're going to launch an album. So I don't know. Haven't really heard anything about Red Velvet. I've heard stuff about Blackpink, and I've seen something saying that Twice would potentially have them before the end of the first quarter of the year. So that would be the end of March. So we'll see. I know Blackpink's supposed to be in March. And they also have Rose is doing a solo album herself from Blackpink. What's her name? Hope I got that right. Yeah. I think she's the next one doing a solo thing. So we'll get that. So there's a couple things for that. And then other groups that I like. I don't really think they're really doing anything. Obviously, Luna's come back, but I already did that. Cherry Bullet just launched, so they're not going to have another comeback. Yeah, and then ITZY just launched. Unless they do a quick turnaround and do like an album in a month. But I feel like they're going to promote this one, sort of the hype for this first album, sort of, or the first song, sort of continue. So that's that. That's coming up again. Twice Yes or Yes monograph. Twice Year of Yes monograph. Birthday, Valentine's Day, and chicken. Korean boxes, which obviously won't be here for either my birthday or for Valentine's Day. But we'll still look at them. They'll still be cool. Doesn't really matter if they're a little bit late. And then the Blackpink Square Up album. The Luna XX album. And then also it's times. See, the other one's plus. Is it times? Multiply? I don't know how to say it. But either way, that's the thing. And then, of course, Blackpink should be having a comeback in March. Rose is going to do her solo thing from Blackpink after they do their comeback. And then Twice will probably come back in March or April. So a lot of cool things to take a look at coming up. I'm very excited to see where all this stuff goes. And then, the channel, just keep it going. Next week. Next week is the Season 1 finale of Red Bull and Gluten Free Red Bull. So in Gluten Free Red Bull, we're going to take a look at the Season 2 for both Gluten Free Red Bull and Red Bull. We're going to get a preview, some of the interesting topics that are coming up. And then, episode number 15 of Red Bull is our final topic video of the season, where we're going to take a look at my thoughts on cross-platform play on video games. This is something I talked about, or was thinking about doing a video for a while, and it kept sort of getting pushed down, all those other things sort of came up. Finally going to get to cross-platform play next week. So we can talk about people playing between PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, PC, playing games sort of cross-platform across them all. Especially, though, Not so much PC, but definitely the cross between PlayStation, Xbox, and the Switch. My thoughts on cross-platform play and how I feel about it. And then we're going to take a look at episode number 16. We're going to take a look at my favorite topics from this season. So we're going to look back at all 15 previous topics, sort of break down what one is my favorite. So with that, thank you guys for watching. And we will see you guys next week for the finale of Gluten-Free Bread Bowl and Bread Bowl. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys then.